Jeff and Jay here with another edition of Jay's Big Adventure. Jay's the Fuzzy Guy, and today we are working on our 2017 BMW X5 because we have flaccid bags. So after looking at the ride height front and rear, we can obviously tell there's a problem. We're going to have to diagnose the entire system, but I'm going to replace the airbags just because they're almost 5 years old, and the car's got 135,000 miles on it. The factory bags are $466 a piece. I found these on Amazon for 78 bucks. Now, by the time you get shipping and all the other stuff included, it was a little bit more than that. And then I was checking out, they said, would you like to buy an extended warranty for $12.95? I said, yes, yes I would. So for $120 shipped to the door, I now have airbags with a 4-year warranty. These bags are only a little over 4 years old, and instead of spending 900 bucks for the parts, it's going to be 120. That sounds like a lot better deal. We didn't quite get the car on the ramps square. It's hanging off the side, so we're going to have to lower the car back down and redo that, because that could be dangerous. That's much better. Now it'll be safe to crawl into the car. So it looks like the air compressor is on the passenger side, so we're going to have to take this panel down, remove all those little screws to get to where the compressor lives. And of course, with this panel down where the fuel tank is, we can see the lines continue under here. So now we have to take all of those clips off as well. So now, 1,000 fucking screws later, we can finally see the air compressor, and it's here. So here are the two lines and the connector for the compressor. So the next thing we're going to do is turn the key on and see if the pump is actually running. If the pump's not running, the bags may be fine. The next step will be to remove these two 10mm air lines and then remove the 3 mounting bolts. That should let us take the entire assembly out from the car. Of course, I didn't have the camera actually recording when I did this, but when I pulled these lines off of here, quite a bit of air came out, and that is a good sign, because that means the bags themselves appear to be okay. If it is just the pump that's bad, that's actually going to be, I think, an easier repair than trying to get the bags out. We're about to find out. Next, we're going to unhook this hose, and this is just a clean air tube coming out of the air box to make sure that this is filtered air. Then we're going to take off these 3 10mm bolts, and that should let us take the whole assembly out. Okay, now let's take this inside, see if we can figure out what's going on. I was not terribly sure about my connections when I had it in the car, so I brought it inside. Let's check this again. And now we're getting a reading of 7.6 ohms. That means the motor is probably good. Okay, well, here's our little piston, and here's the cylinder. That's actually in pretty good shape. Huh. It actually runs okay. I'm going to have to see if I can take this apart and test the motor without this in here and see whether it might have just been caught somewhere. Huh. Well, we got some more digging to do. I'm going to see if I can get this apart, and we'll be right back. With the pump cover back on, now we can reinstall these bolts. Now we can go out and try it and see if it works. And that one didn't get lined up properly. There we go. I'll clip the wires back in. And reconnect the hose. We put everything back together, and now we're just going to try this again and see whether just loosening the pump up makes it work again. Positive and negative, and that's really good news. So the pump works. All right, so it's about 8 o'clock at night. It is now a much more comfortable temperature. It was 96 or 98 degrees, and with the sun loading, the pavement was so hot it was hard to lie down on. We've got the pump back together, and we're going to reinstall it, and one of two things is going to happen. It's going to work or it's not. We know that the motor works, so now if the pump doesn't come on, it is a wiring issue or a relay issue, and that is easier to fix than replacing the pump or the motor, because those parts are not available. Now let's see whether it works. It's working. It's working. I can hear the pump. It is working. Oh my gosh. And the car is back to the normal ride height. That's very good news. Okay, so sounds like we have got this together. Now all we have to do is put all the underbody stuff back on, and we're going to call this job completed. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, please share, please subscribe, and we will have more videos up soon.